Patty, one of the things that I'm very excited for our workshops this year is we kind of classified them in a different way. And I wanted to know if maybe you could touch base on this. I've noticed on this, and then on our website, we have basic classes, intermediate classes, and advanced classes. Could you maybe walk us through, I know we're going to be talking about ministry tools and the workshop selections there. What does that look like when I'm trying to pick a class and I see intermediate? What should I be aware of?
Okay, well, if there's no markings, it's just basic. That means you don't have to have any previous experience in that. But if it's intermediate, let's just say you're taking a payroll class and it's marked intermediate, they would like you to have some kind of experience in payroll, doing payroll. Advanced, you need to be in that role probably for a few years and really understand
It's kind of your job title. It's what you're used to.
Right.
So I thought maybe we would start with that. It's kind of why I started with this question. So Glenwood is teaching about Excel beyond the basics, and we have it marked as intermediate.
Yes.
I know that's a class that you're excited about.
Maybe
you could talk about why, but then also why it is intermediate.
Okay, well, I love spreadsheets. Been using them for a long time. Glenn has been using them for a very long time, and he's the pro on that. It's intermediate because you really want to come to this class knowing formulas, knowing something about it to where you're not going to get lost during his teaching. And he says in his write-up that you're going to go away with tools to just really amaze your boss.
I do love Excel too. So that's a class that I would definitely pick if I could. And then another one is Sandy McClure. She's teaching on ministry intelligence. Could you maybe touch base on what that would look like?
Right. She's going to tie that in with Sage Intact. And what she means by that is taking a program or a software program for accounting that's not just numbers in and numbers out, but really what are you doing with that? And so she's going to show ways of how Sage Intact can actually, a pastor would be able to pull a report that meets their needs.
Okay.
They're normally not the financial part of the church, but this system will do all kinds of things. And she's going to show you how you can use ministry intelligence as a tool.
Okay. I know one of the things you had asked me to do was maybe mark down some of them that I'm most excited for. I wanted to make mention of Melanie Sanchez's classes about Canva. Melanie used to work here. We know that. And one of the things that she was very good at was using the software program Canva to enhance our communication out.
Right.
And when she left, she was teaching me. And in the first session A, she's going to be doing Canva basics. And I remember her sitting down with me and saying, okay, when you get into Canva, there's a lot that you can do, but there's some basic things that you need to know. And she taught me that. And it was very simple. We use Canva all the time still because of what she's taught us. And then I see here in session B, she's going to come back around and do Canva tips and tricks, which is more advanced.
Right.
And so I'm excited for the mesh of those two because, again, us personally using Canva, and I've seen how we take our logo or our design and we try to incorporate that in whatever we do, even with fonts and the different colors we use.
Right.
I think our members and our churches and the organizations attending are going to see, man, we can tie in so many different things like our children's ministry with our finance ministry, and all of those things can come together.
Right. And now, if you're coming to the conference, you've never worked with it, you would start with the basic one and then move up.
Okay.
But you wouldn't have to take the basic if you've already been working in it in your church.
That makes sense. Yep, because right here it says advanced for that session B, so you don't want to come in as a newbie. Okay.
Right.
Could you maybe talk to me about Grady Brown? He's teaching on improving visitor experience through identification and directional signage. What can somebody expect when taking that class?
So whenever we go to a church or any place for that matter, you want to see good, effective signage. Nothing like getting someplace and you can't find your way. He does a really good job on not only being able to provide you with signage and create it, but really where you need it and where is it most effective. This is the second year he's teaching this. He does a phenomenal job.
Well, that makes sense. If I'm new to a church, you're already nervous. It's a new place. It's a new experience. And so one of the things I don't want to do is be confused about where I'm going.
Right.
That would just add to the confusion.
Right.
Okay. And then the last one here is Wade Griffin. He is teaching about the Sherwin-Williams National Account Benefits. This one's great purely for the sake of we're a co-op and we have vendors, and Sherwin-Williams is a phenomenal vendor that we work with that has this national program. And I know Wade's going to talk about that. And the savings that our members get with Sherwin-Williams is unbelievable.
Phenomenal.
And so I'm very excited for him to be able to say, okay, you've got this, but look at all the other benefits that we have through the co-op.
Right.
So it's going to be a class that I hope a lot of people will attend.
And not to mention that if they're a member of a church, they can get the same benefits, so they'll want
That
to
personal
check out
side
that
of
class.
Showlands. That's great. Well, I'm glad we went through this, and then we'll keep going through all the others.
All right.